there's news that Bill Murray has been accused of inappropriate behavior on a new film called Being Mortal. The film star and director Aziz Ansari was reportedly not part of the complaint, and I want to make that abundantly clear. Neither was Seth Rogen, who is the co-star. The production has been suspended while the complaint is being investigated, but there's no word yet about what type of inappropriate behavior Bill was accused of. And I do know Lucy Liu famously accused him of some really inexcusable, unacceptable behavior on set of Charlie's Angels, and she stood up to him on that set. There is not a pattern here, but there's a little smoke. What do we think? None of us want Bill Murray to be that guy, right?
Absolutely. There's also Richard Dreyfuss accused him of verbal and physical assault on a set of What About Bob? And so, this is not the first time we're hearing this, but I think it's hard to digest because, we like Mike Tyson, we love Bill Murray, so we don't want to hear anything wrong or even say that they're wrong. But in Mike Tyson, that situation, I feel like, whatever. I'm not going to put that on him. But Bill Murray, we don't know the details and what's going on. And so I think it's like the guy from Ghostbusters, the beloved man, is really mean to people and harsh. We don't know what type of incidents were happening on set, but to shut it down completely halfway through the film seems pretty serious to me.
JetBlue has a first class.
He's back, everybody.
Nailed it. All right.
That was good.
I know.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you a question. It's like I'm looking at the story, and I think we look at things as incidents, but not as a complete timeline. And we're like, from Ghostbusters and What About Bob? Those movies are 30 years ago, and even then, some of that behavior was tracked and charted. But maybe we're just seeing a case of old Hollywood running into Hollywood 2022, because there was probably a period in 1984 where the A-list star of the movie could say anything to anybody, including the director, call them everything but a child of God, and it wouldn't be an issue because it's Bill Murray, it's 1986, you are the man. But maybe in 2022, people aren't having that anymore. There's protocols in place for what happens when you treat people like this, and I think maybe Bill is learning, along with everybody else, that doesn't roll anymore.
How about just this, the fact that Aziz Ansari, unfortunately, is tied to this, right? And he was, quote-unquote canceled, and now he's back, and maybe that protocol that you're talking about is what needs to be in place. Maybe what Bill Murray did or did not do wasn't so egregious. Maybe it was, and if it was, he needs to be face the same process and consequences for what he did. But maybe they're being extra cautious in today's society, like, hey, we have a complaint, Aziz is here, he's running this thing, let's make sure it's handled, our T's are crowded. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
T's are crowded.
Wait a second. JetBlue?
Remember to tip your waiters.
There
for
you
that
go.
one. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. I think they also had a zero tolerance policy. As soon as it came, it was.
And I think maybe that's everybody's policy now, just for litigious reasons.
And may I say that might be a good policy. It might be helpful for people who have been harassed.
But it's not helpful for the person who is accused.
Correct.
If it's not
true.
So serious or
right. Exactly.